Hi guys, so first of all, it's been a bit since I recorded a video. If I remember correctly, the last video I did was when I was still in the hospital. And on that note, everything went well. Baby's fine. He's about a month and a half right now. He's very healthy. And he's a happy little boy. He's sitting in his swing right now and just chilling. Anyway, so on the note of mothers, since it was Mother's Day on Sunday. Should have done this on Sunday, but I got stuff happened and I forgot. Anyway, let's talk about moms. First of all, moms can be pretty darn fantastic. First of all, they spent 9 months with you in their belly, dealing with all of that. Having been pregnant for 9 months, I know it's rough. Then they give birth to you, which is really difficult. And then they spend your entire life taking care of you from day one. They bathe you, they love you, they feed you, they clothe you, everything. From the moment you are born to the moment, I don't know. I'm 22 and my mom still tries to take care of me. Moms are absolutely amazing. And if you don't have an awesome, amazing mom for any amount of reasons, I'm really sorry. Because a mom is a pretty necessary thing in your life. So for all of you who, for whatever reason, do not have any awesome or amazing moms, I'll be your new mom. I love you and I'm very proud of you. Anyway, so for those of you who are trans or not straight and have come out to your not so amazing mom, that's not a very happy occasion, because they can say anything negative more than anything. Pardon me. They can be like, ew, that's bad, that's gross, you'll go to hell. And it's not fun. It's not fun listening to it. My cat is stuck in the screen. But he doesn't look like he cares too much. Anyway, sorry about that. It's not a very pleasant thing. I mean, for example, when I was very little, whenever my mom mentioned anything about being gay or lesbian, she said it was bad and gross and they were going to go to hell. So when I first discovered I was bi, first of all, my mom, anyway, I was scared to death to tell my mom because I knew how she felt about it. However, I got up the courage one day and said, Mom, I'm bisexual. She didn't really understand what it meant, so I explained it to her, and she said, well, it means you like girls, and I don't really care for it, but I love you. And she walked off. And I was just sitting there in complete shock, like, you told me for years that it was bad and gross, and you just simply don't like it? But you don't hate me? You know, at the time, I'd always heard, oh, I told my mom I was bi or I was gay and she kicked me out, or, you know, she said she hated me. I was scared. And then to discover that no matter what, my mom still loves me, that's a pretty awesome thing. And then when I told her I was transgender, well, when I told both my parents, they didn't really care for the idea. And my dad was convinced that it was just a phase. They downright refused to use my preferred name and my pronouns. And it was really upsetting. However, they got to a point where they were no longer like that. The way I like to describe my parents are that they are passively supportive. It means, in this case, they love me no matter what. You know, I'm not the little girl that they raised, but they love me. and they're supportive of my happiness. So, you know, as long as I'm happy, they're fine. It's pretty fantastic. They try. Admittedly, they knew me for 20 years, almost 21 years, as my birth name and as a girl. So I can't, you know, blame them. But the fact is that they try. And that's all I could really truly ask for. Eventually, they'll get better at it. And that's a really wonderful idea. I mean, even now, my mom, who always used to call me her little girl, her baby girl, something like that, she'll still do it, and then she'll stop herself and say, I'm sorry, my child. She won't refer to me as her son yet, but that's okay, because she will someday. My sister's kind of the same way. She won't really call me her little bro, she'll call me her little sibling. But that's okay. Gender neutral is better than female pronouns and female stuff. So, the fact is, they try. And like I said, that's all I can really ask for. So at the very least, if your parents are trying, again, they knew you as your birth name and your birth gender for a long while. Even if it was like 10 years, 12 years, you know. For the first chunk of your life, that's what they knew you as. And, you know, they got used to it. So as long as they're trying their best, for right now, that should be okay. Maybe it's not the best case scenario. Maybe, you know, it'd be nicer if they actually succeeded. But again, like I said, they knew you for a long time as something else. So just kind of take a step and take a deep breath and say, okay, they're trying. If they're not trying, I'm sorry. That really sucks. Anyway, so on to the other part, which is being transgender and having kids. Because you may not necessarily want to be called mom. I'm mom. I'm a boy who's mom. And that's okay. I'm even, you know, from day one, when I talk to my son, and you know how moms do the funny talking in third person thing for babies. I will be like, mommy something something, he loves you, or he's something. Mommy's a boy too, or something like that. I make sure my son, he may not understand a whole lot, but if you do it enough, you can get practice for yourself, especially if you're like me and you do occasionally mess up your own pronouns, which is a thing, which is okay. It's fine. You're still valid even if you mess up your own genders, own pronouns, sorry. And if someone yells at you and go, oh, you messed up your own pronouns, they can take a long walk off a short pier. Anyway, so eventually he'll get to a point where he'll understand, and I'll continue to say, mommy's a boy, mommy's a boy, mommy's a he, you know. And when he's older and he's at an age where he can understand, I will explain to him that I'm transgender. So if he accidentally hears someone say she talking about me, he'll understand. Because, yeah, mommy looks like a girl, but mommy's a boy. And I'll explain, you know, I was born a girl, but I'm a boy. So, that's generally the best bit. And you can try with other people's kids, although, personally, I ask, like, is it okay if I explain to your child what I am? Like, for instance, my niece. When I first met my niece, she was, of course, less than a year old. Actually, She was only a couple weeks old at the time. So obviously, I met her and I was like, hey, I'm your Uncle Ace. So obviously she's not going to understand. But every time I see her, hey, it's your Uncle Ace, I'm your Uncle Ace. You know? I mean, the last time I saw her this past Christmas, she was over a year old and walking around and everything. And I said, hey, do you remember me? You were very little when we first met. She shook her head. And I said, that's okay. I'm your Uncle Ace. I asked my brother and his wife, like, hey, is it cool when your daughter's older if I explain to her that I'm trans? And they're like, oh, yeah, please. This was right after I told them that I was trans. And my brother said, please, I don't really fully understand, and it'll be better if you explain. I mean, that's kind of your decision. I mean, I think it's a lot better if kids understand, because usually kids are pretty freaking cool about it. I'm serious. Kids are cool. Like, my other niece, my husband's niece more, but since I married him. Anyway, my husband's sister's daughter, I babysat her yesterday, and I told her that I'm her Uncle Ace. She's like, okay, Uncle Ace. I mean, she's 2.5. Of course, she's going to talk a little silly, but yeah, she's the Uncle Ace. Even though, you know, I have breasts, my nails are painted, she's cool with it. Because kids are so cool about it, and it's so awesome. It doesn't really help with her that my husband, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law are both referred to me as she with my niece, but that's okay. They'll understand someday, which is okay. Anyway. If you are a trans man and you want to have kids, that doesn't invalidate your gender. I've wanted to be a mom. I wanted to have kids since I was 3 years old. And even a couple of years ago when I discovered I was trans, I still wanted to be a mom. I honestly wanted to get a top surgery before I did, but it didn't really happen. But I'm going to get a top surgery before my next child. Anyway, so having this child is my biggest dream realized. And it's the most wonderful thing in the world. To me. If you don't want to have kids, because you don't think they're the most wonderful thing in the world, cool. You don't have to have kids. If you want to have kids and you can't, I'm really sorry. It'd be really, really cool to be able to have kids if you really want them. So I'm really sorry. But that's what other people's kids are for. Anyway. So, if you want to have kids, just remember, it really does not invalidate you. I'm still a guy. You know, I haven't been able to bind since I first found out I was pregnant. My breasts have grown larger. And I'm very obviously female. I don't like it. But I try my best to give off the impression that I'm a guy. Acting like it, you know, wearing guy clothing, you know. It doesn't really help. Because with my breasts, everybody still calls me Miss. But in the end, it's worth it. And even the 9 months, for 9 months when I was very pregnant, or when I became more obviously pregnant, I had my breasts. I just kept reminding myself, like, this will be worth it. When I can hold that little baby in my arms. And it really is. But if you don't feel like it'd be worth it, don't do it. That's just how I feel. That's how I personally feel. That I'm so happy when I look at my son. Pardon me. He's a cute, fat little baby. And he's so healthy. So, I hope this helped. Again, if you need a new mom, I'm here for you. Please send me a message. I'll be your mom. Happily. Please always remember that you are valid, no matter what. Even if you decide, well, today I'm a guy. Well, today I'm gender fluid. Well, today I'm genderless. I'm agender. Even if you change on a day-to-day basis, you're still valid. Your gender, no matter what it is, if you have one, is valid. Don't let other people tell you you're not. You are your own person. Don't let someone else try to control your life. It's not their life. They have no control over it. And they shouldn't pretend like they do. So please know that you are valid, no matter what. And if you feel like you need that on a day-to-day basis because no one else says it for some reason, I swear to you, I will send you a message every day saying you are valid, no matter what. I love you. I am proud of you and what you go through every day. I'm not proud of what you go through. Sorry. I'm proud of the fact that you survive every day. It's hard. I know. It's not always fun either. Especially when you're one gender and constantly people are misgendering you. Many times on purpose. I'm really sorry that you have to go through the things you do. Whether it's about being trans or it's just how your life is. I'm sorry. If I could honestly make your life any better, if there's actually a way I can make your life better, please tell me. I can't honestly think of anything off the top of my head other than just trying to tell you you're valid. Which I hope does help. Even if you're cisgendered watching these, you're valid too. As long as, you don't try to hold the fact that you're cisgendered over people's heads, say I'm better than you. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. You're not a good person if you do something like that. You're not better than anyone. Especially if you try to hold that over someone's head. Same with white people, for example. Yes, I'm white. But white people are very racist. I am admittedly a bit racist. Maybe more so than a bit. I'm not really sure. But that's because society... Yes, I'm blaming society. This is society's fault. More than anything, though, if I look at someone colored who would... Sorry, that was... If I look at someone who's not white, I get all happy. Especially those who are black. You have such beautiful skin. It looks so soft and warm. I just want to hug every, person who's black. I'd just be so happy. You guys have wonderful skin. You really do. It's so beautiful. And I love scrolling on my Tumblr and seeing beautiful, beautiful black people. It's not just black people, though. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. Less so high-class, white, middle-aged people who are, racist and stuff like that. Like Trump. Oh my, did I say that out loud? Anyway. You guys are awesome. On a side note, one of my videos got to 235 views. I think it was my transgender and pregnancy 2 or something like that. But it made me so happy. If you want to, please pass it on to other people. And please give me suggestions of what to talk about. If it's something I don't understand or don't know very well, I will research it. because much of what I talk about is more from personal experience or the experience of really, really close friends. Please, I'm running out of things to talk about. So I love you guys. Have a good day, week, month, year, so on and so forth. Be safe. Bye, guys.